Welcome to another episode of Disney Dust. It's DisneyDwayne here, and we are ready to talk about Disney's Strange World. This is the poster here. This is the poster they gave out at the D23 Expo, by the way, so I have it. This is not my actual poster. I grabbed off the internet, but look at that. There's even the crease lines over there. You can see the fold. So cool. The style, the look of it is very Indiana Jones, right? A little bit. It's got that explorer feel. It's got that font, that sort of um, and then it also there's a bit of steampunk. I would liken it a little bit to Treasure Planet, just a bit in terms of the style of the houses and the machinery. And then there's also a bit of the color scheme from Pandora in the world, the strange world that they explore. Um, so what did I think of it? I'm gonna get into some spoilers later on. I'll warn you, but first, also I will want to tell you that I want to talk about how this is to me so related to Disney's predicament right now with Bob Chapek and Bob Iger. Uh, it's it's a parallel. I see a parallel between this movie and Disney's relationship with the two Bobs, and I'll explain later. But first, let's get into that amazing, crazy opening. I think it's the first time I've seen it in cinemas. Disney is celebrating its 100th anniversary, and that opening logo, with the is just so beautiful and breathtaking. Of course, I've seen it already at the D23 Expo, but to see it in the cinemas brought a smile to my face right away. Um, okay, so I thought this movie, in terms of logic and in terms of character motivations, made a whole lot of sense, and that's a really tough balancing act to do exceptionally well. A lot of times when I watch a movie, there are always a bit of loopholes, like, but this was perfect. Okay, and I'll tell you my score for this movie and where it ranks in terms of my kind of favorite movies, Disney movies or not. But I think you get an idea how much I like this movie already. Um, Also, because there's representation, there's an interracial couple and an interracial kid, and not only that, I'm getting into spoilers now. The kid is gay, and they don't hide it, and they also don't hide their parents and the family support for this kid being gay, and it's talked about very normally, very openly, very supportively. And this is what we want to see. This is what we want to see represented on mainstream media, right? Disney does not give two hoots about the people who are traditional, more traditional, and um, the world is changing. We're gonna have to embrace the LGBTQ community, and that's just brilliant. I love it. I love it, and I'm so sad that Singapore media here in this country, we're not allowed to talk about it so openly, especially in support of it. So Disney, you set the way, you set the example. Very good. What's great about this movie also is the fact that there are three generations of family members, um, front and center, which is something I don't often see, or I've never seen really in a Disney movie. Front and center, three generations in conflict, which also means that there are three different opinions and three points of view, um, and how it all plays out in this story while they get lost in this world, searching for answers to an even greater, amazing mystery. Um, what resonated with me also was the fact that there was a bit of board games. There was a bit of a board game featured. I really hope they create this board game and they sell it so that we can play it. The board game nerd in me just went yay. And then all the themes about the things that it alluded to, like the fact that we this is definitely spoiler territory now. We see them go into a strange world, um, but it's actually that they've broken under the place that they're living at, and they've gone into a living creature, a living being. We know this because when they break out, they see its eye, which also goes to say that Earth is a living thing. And with all the drama that was happening in this movie, a lot of it was sort of like being narrow-minded and not seeing Earth in a more macroscopic way of how we're hurting Earth, how we're not taking care of Earth. it is such a powerful analogy, how we're attacking it, how we are drawing resources from it. um and and love being the answer too. Like, and part of the conflict that was happening between the three generations was that one of them believed that love was the answer and not war, but the other two felt that there was war. And the other two, even though they agreed on the fact that they should war, um, felt that they didn't understand each other because there was another amazing layer of their differences. And then there's also, to me, it felt like it touched on a little bit about cancer. How these energy, how these plants that had this power, um, was a source of a virus or a source of a cancer to the heart. And that was really powerful. I mean, in terms of how that is relates to earth, and how we're drawing power from the earth, and that is a cancer to the earth because it's not healing. But also the fact that the body wants to heal itself, the earth wants to heal itself, and all we have to do is just stop destroying it. So and allow, I guess, some damage to allow the cure to happen, which is like what we do with chemotherapy, right? There's just so many things that was going on that I just thought was such brilliant analogies, and it just made me just appreciate how well thought out this whole movie is, in also relating to how the characters are going about their day and their motivations. It's just brilliant. And so in some ways it made me think about how Bob Chapek was the cancer, I guess, to the Disney brand, if I can say that. And Bob Iger, has stepped in again. As we all have heard the news, he stepped in as CEO once again. But also, just to touch on this little bit of news, I think, there is a question to the way Bob Iger left it. It points to, it's his responsibility at the end of the day to choose a successor, and he didn't choose a good one. So is it really Bob Chapek's fault in a sense, right? So maybe he's coming back to atone for that. We don't know, but like I don't think Bob Chapek is completely at fault. I mean, he was also thrown into it, and now he's just been sort of canceled. I think he's left the company entirely, has he? In any case, back to the movie. I couldn't find anything wrong with it. And before I read anybody else's comments, I'm just going to say this was a 10 upon 10 for me. I have never given a movie a 10 upon 10. I guess it's one of my, or is my favorite Disney movie ever. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, there are so many classics, I feel like, but this one doesn't have any flaws. And it's just such a meaningful movie that I can't fault it. And I just love it. It's a movie I would watch again and again, and one that I would recommend friends to watch and share with and watch together with. I just love it. And it also has a song in the opening, like, what more can you ask for in a Disney movie? I love it. What did you think? Leave your comments in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the DisneyDwayne channel. Also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, hit that bell for bell notifications, and I'll be back again. Catch you next time. Bye.